fixed. Welcome to Rippin' Garage, guys. Today we're starting a new project. It's right behind the cameraman here. You'll see it here shortly. You've seen it in probably every video we've done with the BMW. Hasn't moved an inch in probably like 4 or 5 months, so it's about time we change gears here and we start working on something a little different, a little more rusty, but hopefully the penetrating oil that I've been spraying on the components helps us out tonight and later on. But before we start, we got some renovations in the garage to do. Harley and I have already taken out all the trash that was here. We cleaned off the workbenches. Next, we're going to do some lighting up above because we've lost a few lights along the way. RIP. And then we have a new vise that's going to replace our little blue one. And we'll show you the works of that before we get to our next project.
I tried to write this song about a day when I was young, and everything just fell right into place. But I mixed up my feelings, I had nothing good to say. So I wrote this song about a girl. She said she gave me everything, but you always had your way. And deep down I know you're never gonna change. So when you hear me up on stage, I hope you listen closely. Maybe next time you will think twice before you
Wow! Wow!
Jesus Christ.
Dude, this is fucking it.
This is bright.
This is perfect. This is what we need. This is like really good.
I hate that it took you this long.
We're gonna get this piece of tile and bring it into here and we'll keep you updated.
Goodbye, Captain.
Bye.
Imagine it doesn't start.
Oh, come on.
Alright, now that we have the truck in here, the lighting is definitely gonna make a big difference when we're working, so it's great benefit. Small investment is like $160 for all these lights on Amazon. Shout out to Amazon, sponsor us. Hey, we'll take any sponsor at this point. So far, we're gonna just kind of get everything set up. We're gonna lift the front of the truck up, and we're gonna put jack stands underneath, pop both tires off, and then we're gonna start with the driver's side, and then kind of show you what we're gonna do. Well, really, let me backtrack a little bit. We disassembled the hub, we got the spindle off, we got the axle shafts out. Taking apart the hub and getting the hub and caliper off was probably 15 minutes, but getting that spindle off was a little bit of a nightmare. A little background on this truck. This is a 1997 F350, straight from New England. So if you live in New England, you know what salt is, you know what the brine is, you know all that nasty stuff they shoot on the road during the wintertime. Corrosion is just huge, and this truck has seen like 20 plus years of it, so it's a little crusty, it's a little rusty, and we're here to fix it all. But some of that fusion of rust just really held in the steering knuckle to the spindle here, but we were able to get everything taken apart, and surprisingly none of the bolts sheared off of the knuckle, from the knuckle that holds the spindle on. That's a huge plus. A couple of the pieces were a little stripped out, so we're probably gonna have to outsource some new parts just so we don't put back damaged parts. Our next step is gonna be to we're gonna take off this tie rod end here, and then we'll get this knuckle kind of loose, and we'll try to see if we can't undo the sockets for the ball joints. And the end goal tonight will probably just be remove everything, then get it ready next week to start pressing some new stuff in and do some reassembly. And the bug zapper is doing its job pretty well, so stay tuned. This is the second weekend we've been starting on this, or continuing. In the last part that we did, we removed the steering knuckle off of the truck. And for the last week, actually it's been 2 weeks. For the last 2 weeks I've been soaking it in PB Blaster in hopes that it'll make it a little easier to push out. So we're gonna start with probably removing the bottom ball joint first, and then we're gonna move to the front. And afterwards we'll do some prep work and press the new ones in, and hopefully start reassembling the driver's side, and then in the future we will start doing the passenger side. Recording. All right, so we just got it cracked loose, and I think our weeks of spraying with penetrating oil has worked in our advantage this time, because it looks like the ball joint's starting to walk out. Oh, it's getting kind of tight. I might have to tighten up the vise a little bit, but we got it broke loose, which was the good part. We do have the torches on standby if we need to get this warm to expand this a little, so this way it will work out a little easier. But yeah, we'll tighten up the vise and we'll get back with you. Alright, so as you can see, we're using a very massive torch head to start heating up this knuckle. We got a couple turns in, it started to get a little tight on us, so we're just gonna cook this up, get it nice and warm, and hopefully we can work this ball joint all the way out. They're padded in there.
Okay.
They're not gonna combust.
Sure.
Yeah. Just gonna catch it from falling, that's all. Are you recording?
Yep.
Alright, so we used the ball joint press. We were able to kind of break it loose. We gave it a lot of turns and realized that our sleeve here was a little too short, and so we just gave it a lot of heat, cooked it up really hot. This is really hot in my hand, but you can see some of that bushing in there got a little gunky. We'll have to clean that up before we run it again. We're just giving it a couple taps with the hammer here, and it should just come right out. I'm just going to kind of catch it here, and there it is. That is the lower ball joint out. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that one's just going to walk right out. There we go. Yeah, that one's a lot less of a fight.
With the new ball joints pressed into place and all set up and ready to go, we're now going to slide it into the vehicle and hope for the best. Literally. On top.
Done. Just like that. We'll leave it just like this. We'll hook the steering to it, and
No, right now we're not.
no, kidding. We got some work to do before
Yeah,
then.
I was about to say that crusty and not going on that nice new.
No, this thing's blown out. You can see right here.
Yeah, she
Like that should be moving nicely, and that's just.
that's that.
And it was actually really fun when you were driving this thing. You turn the wheel, and it wouldn't turn right away. Then it would kind of like, kunk, kunk. And as you're turning, so you'd feel like you'd actually overcorrect as you're driving.
That's a lot of fun. In the next episode, Kevin, what can they expect?
You guys are going to expect a reassembly of a hub. We're going to yank out some steering and hopefully disassemble the passenger side. I'll just be flying solo next time, so I'll be kind of just moving the camera around and getting it set up. Hopefully my cameraman skills come into play, and see you next week.